Now we start the journey from here.
So guys, this is the new space building, and now we are in the law faculty. Now we are in the building of material science, going through the Kalagan Campus. Now you can see the metro ride. Here we reach the new space building, the general manager of the building. So this is how we enter the Q building. This is the entry in the reception. Now I will have the opportunity to, pose as a presenter, news presenter. So I really had a good fun there. Now this is cafes and restaurants area. Here we had our lunch. So students can come in the evening and then they can have a good time there.
बाकी देखते हैं आगे आगे क्या होता है, आपको दिखाते हैं बाकी यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ न्यूकासल भी. Hello guys, so just to let you know that I'm going to University of Newcastle, Australia. They invited their top agents from India and Nepal, and so I am also going, and I hope that it's gonna be a great vlog.
So guys, चंडीगढ़ से निकले शाम को और रात को I stayed in Delhi. So now checking out from my hotel early morning for my flight to Australia. So guys, done with the security in no time. बाहर से देखने में लाइन बड़ी लंबी लग रही थी, but somehow the guys were so good, they were helping, and now I'm just on the verge of duty free. Have a look. I got some chocolate for myself during the journey. Now we start the journey from here.
Now see you at Newcastle.
Guys, this is Newcastle city. Just arrived. और ये मेरे होटल के बिल्कुल सामने वाली रोड है. See how beautiful the city is. This is the hotel, Holiday Inn, where I'm staying. और आप देख रहे हो कि कितना, मतलब मुझे तो आके ऐसा लग रहा है कि इट्स अ वैंकूवर, बिल्कुल उसी की तरह. जो लोगों ने वैंकूवर देखा हुआ है, कनाडा में गए हैं, तो वो मेरी बात समझ रहे हैं कि किस तरह का सिटी होगा ये न्यूकासल. उसी की तरह यहाँ पे ट्रैम चलती है. अगर आप देखो मेरे पीछे ट्रैम नहीं नज़र आ रहा होगा. और इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स को कंसेशनल रेट पे है ट्रांसपोर्ट. तो बाकी देखते हैं आगे आगे क्या होता है, आपको दिखाते हैं बाकी यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ न्यूकासल. Today we are going to new space building of Newcastle University. This is called Newcastle City Campus. और यहाँ पे there will be presentation by law professor for Juris Doctor course. और कैसे students India से Juris Doctor course करने, JD course करने आ सकते हैं. And we'll record the presentation, and hopefully there will be good news for students, especially from law background, wish to study in Australia.
So guys, this is the new space building, and now we are in the law faculty. So the professor is talking about the courses available for law students who have done BA LLB from India. So the courses available is the course available is a dual program, which is Juris Doctor with the graduate diploma of legal practice. So with this program, students will be able to practice legally here in Australia. And the university provides 105 hours of required supervised legal workplace, which is a unique experience. Now, again, we are headed to the new space building reception area. So this is a wonderful building. So you can see the open spaces. And here we reach Kalagan Campus. Kalagan Campus, we will be welcomed by the Faculty of IT and Engineering. So now we have been taken to the IT lab, engineering lab now. Here's the discussion with the Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology on various things. And now we are headed to the student accommodation. So the university has actually a very large space for student accommodation, and we had the opportunity to visit these, the student accommodations, and it's amazing to be there. This is the career center. Here students get advice on their part-time and full-time jobs. And now we have reached the Department of Architecture. The faculty, the head of Department of Architecture, she's a very wonderful and interesting person. So you can see the models there, the architecture department, and students love to be there in this building and complete their models, complete their projects. So with this, now we are headed to a different. Look at the size of the university campus. This is the Kalagan Campus, and what an amazing building it is, and the spaces. And now we are in the building of material science. Students were involved in the research, and this university has a very special place for material science department, Master of Material Science, and quite a few research are being done here. So you can see how much university is spending on the facilities, the infrastructure. It's really an amazing time for students to be there. Now, again, going through the Kalagan campus, now you can see the metro ride. It's a beautiful metro, and we all had a good time, rather great time, riding the metro. From here, we went to see the beaches, the beautiful beaches of Newcastle. So a lot of open spaces, I must say, and we really had a great time. And you can see the beaches. They are so clean, the blue water beaches, and they are said to be the most beautiful beaches across Australia. Now you see the ocean coming in, and we had a great stroll towards the hills there. So really had a great time.
Guys, we are going through the Newcastle Beach, and this is perhaps one of the cleanest beaches I've ever been to, and it's been a wonderful ride. So now आप लोगों को आइडिया हो गया होगा कि न्यूकासल कितना ब्यूटीफुल सिटी है, वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड. कहीं भी जाना सिटी में, यू हैव मेट्रो या ट्रैम जिसे आप बोल सकते हैं, और वेरी रीजनेबल प्राइस. और जो इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स हैं, दे गेट डिस्काउंट कार्ड्स फॉर ट्रैवल. So these are the advantages you have if you study in this University of Newcastle. And then the experience I got after speaking to the students, I'm very much confident that in terms of student satisfaction, this is perhaps one of the best university, because everybody was so happy to talk about the university. And they say that 16 out of 20 get job in the university, part-time jobs, and they are paid very well. So perhaps these things are not common in other universities. The advantage is the entire city has only one university, and the university is running the economy. They are providing the labor force for the hotels, restaurant, because it's a tourism city as well. So you can see the beach behind me. It's a beautiful beach, and I really highly recommend now, more than ever, that students should look for study options here in University of Newcastle.
So if anyone wants to go down and get your photo taken down there, that's possible as well.
Here we reach the new space building. The general manager of the building, Mr. Michael Robertson, is explaining the design and architecture of the building, because this is so you can see the metro going just across the building. So this is very environmental friendly building. So the GM is very excited about the building, and then he will take us to a new building just across the road, which is a Q building. So he's just explaining how the design has been inspired by so many things, and especially the Aboriginal signs. So really had a good time there. And now we are taking a stroll to the Q building, which is a cubicle building. You can see the building there with the sign of University of Newcastle. Now he's explaining. So this is how we enter the Q building. This is the entry in the reception. There's a cafeteria on the ground, the reception. You can see the cafeteria there. And there we were divided into two groups to see the facilities. The main facilities or faculties here are design. There's a 3D building, and then the information and broadcasting. So now I will have the opportunity to, pose as a presenter, news presenter. So I really had a good fun there. And this is another stroll to the university accommodations. So these two students who are already, the hostlers in the university, so they had the opportunity to explain each and everything about student accommodation to us. They took us to various accommodations, the condos, apartments, so the rent here is $150 per week to $400 per week, depending upon the requirement of the students. So large area has been, given to the accommodation. So yeah, here we are discussing, they're explaining how students have the opportunity to various facilities, being in the university. So amazing. So you can see the common places in the accommodation area for students. There's a kitchenette for students there, and they have their rooms. So this is the common area for students for recreation. Yeah, so they can sit here, have a good time. And then now we are strolling towards the restaurants and cafes besides the restaurants and cafes of. Now this is cafes and restaurants area. Here we had our lunch. So many, the different restaurants, the subways, so fine dine restaurants, cafes. So you have everything in the university, to be very honest. And besides being a academic institution, it has many more things to offer to the students. So that's an amazing part which we were able to experience while we were there in Newcastle. So yeah, so this is another hall, and this is a fine dine restaurant in the university. Yeah, so they have their own beers, they have their own drinks and all. Although so students can come in the evening and then they can have a good time there. So now there's a student discussion. These students are those who are already studying in University of Newcastle, and we were asking them how have been their experience with the university, and they were explaining. And now finally we are at New Space Building 8th floor, from where we can see the entire city. So here the discussion on the MBA Global and new upcoming management programs to be introduced by the university. So now you can see from this building, we can see through each and every part of the city. So beautiful. फ्रेंड्स, तो आपने ये देखा मेरी पूरी जर्नी फ्रॉम इंडिया टू न्यूकासल, and I'm really thankful to the entire team of University of Newcastle, especially Mr. Gurpreet Singh, Dolly Bhatia, and Grishma for their support all along. And it's been a really pleasure being there, and I'm 100% sure that now students studying in University of Newcastle are going to have very bright future. So looking forward to another trip to University of Newcastle. So thank you so much.